showing 2 different ways to make a clay pot. So make sure that you come down today, Wednesday, between 12 and 2 o'clock and pick up your activity bag because that'll have your clay in it that we're going to be using for this activity. Okay, so I have my clay here. And I found a nice clean surface that I can work on. And my hands might get a little bit orange, so be careful when you are rolling out and using the clay that you don't have it on anything that you can't wash down with a washcloth. So like if you have a table, that is easy, but don't do it like on the floor or on carpet or anything like that. Okay, so I have my piece of clay here. And the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to make a pinch pot. So first thing we have to do is work the clay and try to kind of get it into a ball shape. Okay, so here is my ball of clay. So to do a pinch pot, this one is a really easy one. You just need 2 thumbs. So you're going to take your 2 thumbs and you're going to push right in the middle. Be careful though not to push all the way through the bottom. So I'm pushing down and I think I'm down to about here, and that's deep enough because I don't want my bottom to fall out. Then I'm going to turn it and push again. Lift up, turn, and push. See how I'm making a little hole in the center of my ball? But again, it's not going through the bottom. Now I'm going to use my thumbs and my fingers on the outside here to kind of pinch pot, to make the walls of the pot a little thinner. Okay. So I have my pot here, and there's still a good amount I can feel from the bottom on the inside to the bottom on the outside, and there's still probably about this much clay on the bottom, which is good. One other thing I can do now that I have my pot is that I can decorate it, or I can do drawings on it. Just some circles. So this is your chance to do whatever you want to do to be creative. So now I have my pot. You can see my design with my circles around the edge. And then I just have to make sure to let it sit and dry for 24 to 48 hours. Okay, the second type of pot we're going to learn how to make is a coil pot. So that's one of those pots that goes around kind of like a snake going up. So the first thing we're going to do is take our clay, and we're actually just going to take a little bit off of it. Let's see. About the size right here. Okay, and then the rest of our clay we're just going to put aside for now. Okay, so we're going to roll this little one into a ball like we did with that big one for the pinch pot. Okay, so I have my ball here, and I'm going to start rolling it out. Back and forth using the bottom of my palm to the top. So back and forth. And if you want, you can actually use 2 hands when it gets longer. So we're kind of just rolling out a snake. We want to make sure it's pretty even so that there isn't like a really tiny place in the middle and then the end is really big. We want to make sure it's even across. That looks about right. Okay, and then we're going to wind it up. Almost there. Awesome. So this is going to be the bottom of our pot. So I'm going to use my pencil again, and I'm going to connect the side here. And then I'm going to take the pencil and I'm going to try to smooth out the clay so that it connects on the top here. so this is my bottom, and we're gonna put it right here. Now I'm gonna take my clay back again, and I'm gonna pull another little piece off, about the same size or so as the piece that we did before. And I'm gonna make a ball again. Okay, I think that's about good. So I'm gonna take my base of my pot, and I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna start wrapping it. This is where you get to start wrapping the coils. So I'm gonna wrap the coil all the way until it reaches the other end, okay? And then I'm just gonna tear it off there. And then using either my fingers or my pencil, I'm just gonna connect the two sides. So there's my first one. Then I can use the rest of the coil I have left to start making the next coil. But the one thing I want to do is this, remember, this is where my coil's connected. So I don't want them to connect at the same spot, otherwise it'll be really weak on that side. So I'm gonna do it and have the coils connect on the other side. There we go. So much clay left, and my pot is already so big. So what I could do is I could have rolled out a bigger coil to make the base and made a bigger pot, or I can use this to make two different pots, one pot, two pots, or I could make one really tall pot, and that could be like a base that maybe I could put flowers in, or I could put my pencils in. But for right now, just to show you guys how to do it, I'm going to stop right here and show you what the final two steps are that are really important. So with coil pots, it's really important that you connect the coils so that they dry well, because sometimes this clay that we have, because it's air dry, it can kind of crack when it starts to dry. So we want to make sure that it all stays together when it dries. So what you need to do is you need to connect the coils and smooth them over. So same thing with the pinch pot. You need to let this dry for 24 to 48 hours. It's 1 or 2 days. So leave it in a nice space where you don't have to move it for a couple days. And don't touch it. I know you're going to want to touch it, but don't touch it because it needs time to dry before you start messing with it, okay? I'm really excited to see what kind of pots you guys make. So please take a picture or a video and you can post it on Seesaw. And if you want, you can click the little circle on the bottom of your Seesaw post, and that will post it to the blog. And then everyone at Skyline, who's part of our youth program this summer, can see it too, and they can comment on it so you can see what everybody's doing with their pots. Okay, well, I'm excited to see everything. Bye, guys.